RV projects. Maintenance, some cosmetic, some very necessary. Some are big, some are small.
Big or small, we love them all.
Let's go down that road. Hello, faithful people. I'm Orleen.
I'm Gary. I'm not driving down any roads right now, but we're getting ready to. And I'm pretty much just driving Orleen crazy.
Right. Yeah, we've been busy. We're going to show you the small projects in this video. The big project is going to probably be 3 or 4 videos. I'm not sure yet. It was a big project, as you will see. But you'll have to stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
For now, we're going to be doing the small ones.
This is, I forget what it's called. Something that's will stop the rust. It's a rust removal thing. I think it's a navel jelly, but I thought there's a brand name for it. Anyway.
Navel jelly?
Yeah, you don't want to get it on aluminum or painted surfaces. Certain kinds of metals or anything with bluing on it would take the bluing out. Steel. But it's also good for stopping rust.
Okay.
And then let's put a finish of primer over it, and then.
Are we going to be able to get in there tonight?
I really hope so.
That's kind of a high step.
Yep.
About it.
I will pick you up and carry you over the threshold.
Oh, so romantic. Okay. Before that navel jelly got hard and dried, Gary said if that happened, then he would have to use a sander and everything on it. Or you have the option of rinsing it off, washing it off. So that's what he did. And then he just put primer on it. And he's got some bags up here to protect everything from the spray, because he was brushing on this other stuff and now he's spraying things on. Next step is to put on the black paint. Another little project I wanted to do has to do with adding some real live plants to our home. I found this ceramic pot at a thrift store for $1.50 and actually matches my good stoneware dishes, so I'm kind of debating on using it, but I thought that would be nice. It'll be pretty. And then I got some rosemary, because rosemary is supposed to be, well, first of all, I can use it for cooking, but also because it's supposed to be a very good air purifier. And in an RV, I know some people use diffusers with essential oils in them, but you don't want to be adding a lot of moisture on the inside. That's just not a good idea. So I decided I would do the plants, and this also doesn't give off a lot of moisture either. Some plants do. And then I got an aloe vera, because you can't go wrong with aloe vera. And that one came in its own little pot, which I'm kind of debating on keeping it in that, because I got to thinking the rosemary is supposed to be watered more often, and this is not, because this is from a succulent. So I might just keep the orange pot and do it by myself. I don't know. We'll see. I'm thinking. I'm still thinking. To keep them in place, I got command strips. These are awesome. And one set will hold up to 16 pounds. Now, they're not hanging on the wall, but they are going to be shifting around, or could be shifting around as we go down the road. Like they say, the inside of an RV is like an earthquake. So I want to make sure it's nice and secure. So I'm probably going to do 3 strips or 3 sets on the bottom of this. It's a nice smooth thing. I'm hoping that it's not too porous to make it work. If it doesn't work, then I'll have to figure something else out. And then I could probably just get by with maybe just 2 sets on the bottom of that one if I end up doing that. So let's get started. Put my command strips on first. Like I said, I was going to do 3 sets. And I tried to lift up on them, and they are snug. So I think they'll hold real well. And then when I get settled of where I'm going to put them in our house, I think I have a pretty good idea of where I'm going to put them right now, is in the kitchen. And then I will just take these off and push it down and put it on the counter. Okay, next step is, because this did not have any drain holes in it, and that's what they recommend for the rosemary, I decided to just put some rocks in here, just for a layer of rocks. Montello granite, of course. Okay, I decided to put them both in the same pot, and I will water from the back to get more focus on the rosemary, and then what little bit trickles forward will go to the aloe vera. At least it sounds good in theory. We'll see how well it works. As you know, we made these bench seats out of materials that we found. This was from a futon that was dumped, where we're in a place that we were able to get that, and they just left it there. And then this wood was from a demo project at the church in Vacaville. So what we're doing right now, some of the wood was not real perfect and had some divots, would you call them?
Yeah.
Little divots and things like that in them. And so what we're doing is Gary put in a plastic wood, all-purpose wood filler, and we're going to use that on both of them and try to cover those up, and then sand them down and make that smooth so it looks nicer, and then we'll go over it with the paint. So that should be good. And the other thing was that this was kind of done in a hurry before we left, and so some of the white paint went up on the edges here, and that's been kind of bugging me. So what we're going to do is we're going to sand that down, just the edges there where that paint is, get the paint off of it, and then just put some stain, just a light stain all along here to make it look nicer. So that's the project with the dinette seats, and hopefully the stain won't come down here. I think I'm just going to very light, yeah, we'll just use a very light thing. Gary was just thinking like a Q-tip or a really tiny brush or something just to go along here, but that'll make that look nicer then too. Today's project are the fenders. This is obviously missing one. I'll show you the other side. And this is the other one. They're just some kind of a poly resin, like a plastic resin kind of thing. They take a lot of beating, and as you can see, they're cracking here where the screws go in. Here, this one's got a little crack, but back here they really cracked bad, and this looks awful because all we had was clear tape at the time. Gary has tried doing caulking and all kinds of things just to keep it on until we got here to work on it. So I'll show you what he's doing with the other fender.
We're putting on hopefully something that'll stick and allow me to screw the fender back on again. It's a fiberglass, and it's obviously a cloth, and this stuff sets up in about 8 to 12 minutes, it said, so I only have a little bit of time to smear it in place. Oh, the wind's not working with me. So suddenly...
Oh, that was an empty bag, right? Just
also,
flew off of here. I'll go chasing after it.
we have a little wind.
Okay.
My goal is to fix this so I can put a screw into it and it'll hold. That's my goal.
This one wasn't as damaged. But it's just a very pliable plastic. I hear it's breaking off here, so Gary will probably do the same mesh thing there. But these little puppies cost, what, $150 a piece?
135, 135.
Yeah. So if this works, I don't know how much the materials cost today, but if this works, it's going to save us for sure about $250, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and that's that's the name of the game. So you're using this liquid hardener.
Yes, it's the hardener.
Okay. And then the stuff in the can.
That wind has just started up.
Yeah, it's been calm all day. The stuff in the can is Bondo fiberglass resin. So we've been we used the Bondo, it was like a wood look material for the RV on the back when that was repaired, and now they make this resin one too. So we got it at Walmart.
Yes.
The fiberglass that Gary's using comes on a big sheet like this. You find it in the auto department, and it's the Bondo fiberglass cloth, which goes with the Bondo fiberglass resin. Now Gary's decided to put it on the ones that are not cracked as well, just to reinforce them so maybe they won't crack. And if that can save us some money, at least for time being, that'd be great. This is the other fender, and this one has a lot more problems. This is the one that had all the tape on it and everything to hold it in place. So Gary's been doing that same mesh stuff here and hoping he can build it up enough that it'll hold. So he's got it on the underside already on this one here, and now he's doing the top side to reinforce it. And then, like he did with the other one, he trimmed all that mesh after it's all dried and hard. And then
You sand it down and paint it, and hopefully it doesn't look too ugly.
yeah. Well, it'll look better than the tape that was there. So And, you know, for however long this will last, we hope it'll last for a while, but at least it'll look better than it was. One of the things we're doing today inside are replacing these little puppies. These are not broke. This one is not broke. Can you see that? It still has the little clip on it. But there are some that are broke that we're going to be replacing. So let's get busy. If you have window blinds, you probably already know this, but window blinds have these little hole in them. And then there's this little peg down here. This is the one behind the couch. It's kind of awkward to get to. And you clip it in. Then when you're going down the road, the window blinds aren't swinging back and forth and hitting the walls and marking things up. But they break so easy. So these are the clips that we get at Camping World. And with our member price, they're like over $3 and something for 2 of them. Well, today, Gary's mom was going through her drawers and we found the mother load of these babies. Oh my goodness, there must have been at least 20 of them.
Yep.
So we are set for a while. Awesome. So we're going to take these other ones back, hopefully, to Camping World, and then we'll just have these. They're not clear, but it doesn't matter because the wall's white and the blinds are, you know, this color anyway, so they'll work. Awesome!